We came with volunteers to Vuhledar to distribute food, potbelly stove, sleeping bag for local residents. The fighting doesn't stop here, and local residents say that the Russians have recently begun to purposefully hit the city. We are hearing explosion a few blocks away right now.
This is how people run between basements. There is no other way here, because it is heard that the fighting does not stop. People leave shelters only to get food and drinking water. The streets of Vuhledar are deserted. Alexander goes around the basements of the nearest houses and calls his neighbors for humanitarian aid.
It's been happening for 2 weeks now, and it flies here, everywhere already. Everything is damaged. Your house, your whole apartment, that hall. The entrance doors were smashed by a wave. The doors flew out, smashed. There are practically no frames, window frames.
Our dialogue is interrupted by another explosion nearby. Alexander goes to the basement. After waiting a little near the shelter, we go with volunteers to the next address. All apartment buildings around are damaged and blackened from fires. The infrastructure of the city is 100% destroyed. Residents of Vuhledar say that over the past 3 weeks the situation in the city has deteriorated significantly. Russian troops tried to break through the defenses of the Ukrainian forces and enter the city, but the armed forces repelled the assault of the enemy.
Has the situation worsened? On the 21st, we had 4 days of explosion. God forbid. First floor, my children's apartment, not a single window. See, they brought us water from Mayor Rybovsky. Well, we buy gas ourselves. We have cans. We buy ourselves.
Valentina shows the conditions in which she has had to live for 10 months.
Here we have a toilet, here we have a kitchen, here are balloons, here we are cooking. This is industrial water. Where do you get industrial water? We pump from well, we run there. Also, we have a barrel. There is still a little bit. That is where we live. Here is our bed. Here's our table. I have been here for 10 months. Lena is already 11 months old, and the 15th she will be 11 months old. Where is your bed? Here is my bed. How many of you are here in total? 10 people.
We met Vera and her husband Vladimir 4 months ago. Then the couple told us that they dream of peace. They say that since then the situation in the village has only worsened. Vera does not want to leave. She says she cannot leave her 2 bedridden relatives.
We melt snow yesterday to drink or wash, to wash dishes and to wash my grandmother, but it's unreal. It's also necessary somehow. I don't want to turn into pig. For how long you have not bathed? Oh, it's been about a year now. Since the water was turned off in the summer, then the upper floor and the lower floor were washed in the same water, and that's fine.
Today, about 500 people remain in Vuhledar. There are children among them. Due to the constant shelling of the Russian army, the number of killed civilians here can no longer be counted. Spontaneous burials are everywhere.
Here in the second entrance, a young guy lived. He cleaned there, lived with his mother, such a good, calm lad. He was killed there, near the post office. They buried him. And to dig? How to dig now? The pit from under the shell was good. They took it there, buried him. The next day, a shell hit the same place, and everything collapsed. Already dead, and then there is no rest.
Volunteers from Kryvyi Rih traveled a distance of 400 kilometers to bring here almost 4 tons of humanitarian aid. We drove all night, not stopping, in order to have time to come into the city early in the morning.
They brought food, hygiene products, potbelly stoves, water, thermal underwear, sleeping bags to peaceful people, so that they could somehow warm themselves near the stoves, sleep. They brought things, conversation, brought various products.
Have you got a sleeping bag? Yeah, so strong that the wall flew out. From where you will not understand. What do you need? You took a sleeping bag. What else do you need? Those things product what people need to live here. At least it didn't shout to home, but here it was right in the next apartment I saw.
Over the past months, evacuation from the city has become more difficult due to the intensity of shelling, but it is still possible. The authorities urge people to leave and not to put themselves and their loved ones in danger. Reported by Serhiy Kudas, Anastasiia Volkova, UATV News.